you're asking for certain things using that yellow box that Jessica has in her hand. There are 10 buttons on them. She can hit any one of those 10 at any time, and Kayla and Katina are going to explain what matriarch means. So Katina is the matriarch, which means that she is the queen bee here. In Killer Whale Society, it's always the females who rule the pool. So Kayla and Katina both are girls, and so they're fairly high up on the social ladder here at SeaWorld Pool. It's always the girls who are in charge at Shamu. One of the ways to tell them apart is by looking for the freckle that Kayla has. On her right-hand side, on her lower jaw line, where the white is, she has one little black freckle, kind of like a beauty mark. That's unique to Kayla. There isn't another killer whale here at SeaWorld who has that unique beauty mark. However, they do have different physical markings. And out in the natural environment, the only thing that scientists and researchers get to see are their dorsal fins and saddle patches. The dorsal fin and the gray part behind the dorsal fin called the saddle patch is unique to each animal. In fact, they're like fingerprints. They can be identified by that dorsal fin and by that saddle patch. And that's the only thing, like I said, that you get to see out in the natural environment. That's because even though they probably look the same if you guys are looking at them for the first time, they may even seem to be doing some of the same behaviors together. They are very different. For example, Kayla, who is underwater, Kayla, who's 25 years old, seems to really enjoy ice. So we can reward her with ice a lot. But Katina doesn't seem to be too fond of ice. So while she can have ice, they're going to be in the middle of a pool, she would prefer something different. Now, one of the tools that we use as trainers when we're training these animals is the whistle that we wear. They've done a great job. We blow this whistle instead because they have very good hearing at a high sensitivity or a higher range. Now, what they're working on right now, what you guys just saw with that one big jump, and it looks like they're working together again. They're working on something called a team contingency, which is a fancy word that we use as animal trainers. But basically what that means is like what we were talking about before, how they're both different animals, they have different personalities. We're asking them to work together for them both to be successful. So Kayla and Katina are both going to do the same behavior. When they're both successful at it, they both can get rewarded. We train based on something called positive reinforcement, which means when an animal does something really well, they're going to get rewarded for it in a couple different ways. They can hear the whistle, they get ice for Kayla, for example. Sometimes they get Jello, sometimes they even get toys. There they are waving at you guys. Now those flukes, those lobes after the tail, they don't have any bones or muscle in them, but they are very powerful. In fact, the muscle that runs behind the dorsal fin to the flukes themselves, that muscle is called the peduncle, which is kind of a cool name. But it's basically a peduncle. The killer whales are basically solid muscle from the back of their dorsal fins towards their tail. And they move forward through the water, sometimes up to 35 miles per hour, by pumping their tail up and down. However, they don't go forward when they pump their tails down like you think. It's actually the forward motion comes when they raise their tail up towards the surface. When you see them moving their tails up and down, it's actually up motion that propels them forward through the water. As the two of them are spinning around here, you can also see their pectoral flippers, which are kind of in the same place that our arms are. Those pectoral flippers look a lot like our hands. Look a lot like our hands underneath an X-ray. If you took an X-ray of those pectoral flippers on both of these girls, they would have 5 bony digits. Those pectoral flippers are used to steer and to stop. And we use the whistles when we're communicating with the whales, but we also use hand signals as well. And the reason that we use those hand signals is because, like I said, they don't have the exact same type of hearing that you and I do. However, they do have the ability to see very well. They can see both above and below the water. They can see both of those things very well. It looks like they're headed over here towards the right-hand side. Yeah. I'm going to give you a really good view of just how big both of them are. These are adult females. Kayla, who's the closest to us on the inside here, she's about 5,600 pounds. Katina on the outside is about 5,100. So they're just a little bit off from each other. And we can weigh these animals really very routinely. Usually about once a week we ask them to slide up on our scale, which you can see right across the way, that big silver rectangle. It's killer whale size scale. Now we hope you guys enjoyed this opportunity to learn more about killer whales. Remember, killer whales learn through observation. cooperation, and so do we. So when others see you and me taking care of the environment, like picking up trash on the beach, they are inspired to start making positive choices too. If we all join together in cooperation, we can work wonders. Continue to thrive.
2014 is an historic year in the SeaWorld family of parks. Soon, we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary in SeaWorld's history. We hope that you will join us again for the next amazing chapter in the SeaWorld story.
On behalf of all of us here at Shamu, including our entire family of killer whales, have a whale of a day, right here at SeaWorld.
We invite you to join us now at Killer Whale Underwater View uniform to the right. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your time here at SeaWorld.
That's Vinny.